I'm going to start this video off by letting you know I am not here to push any agenda. I am going to provide facts for both cases. I am just going to put my heart out there on the table. I'm not making a decision on this. I am just going to give you the analysis and tools to come to your own conclusion, and I am going to try to be as fair as possible. So without further ado, who should Tina end up with? Zeke or Jimmy Jr.?
I can't wait till the next last day on Earth. I'm excited for that apocalypse. You know what I'm saying? The apocalypse.
Zeke, what are you talking about?
What? Nothing. Come on, now.
Zeke.
I just want to put it out there that, just as a healthy reminder, Jimmy Jr. and Zeke, they both actually are 13-year-old boys, so we should allow for some grace. I think there's a lot of talk online that Jimmy Jr. just is inconsiderate and blah 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 whatever towards Tina. He's a 13-year-old boy. He's figuring it out. Everyone's figuring it out. If you watched my last video, I'm very adamant on even the girls in middle school are figuring everything out at the same time.
It off.
I would rather die.
Then you will die.
We have to keep in mind that these are 13-year-olds that we're dealing with, and they're not the best, most evolved versions of themselves yet. So while they may have instances where they've been rude or dismissive or not known the right thing to say, I think we just have to allow for a period of grace, and we have to see, are there moments where they have, and that's the moments I'm going to touch on. I want to touch on the moments where they've shown that they, growth and understanding and acceptance, where they've given a glimmer of, oh, maybe this is the right person for her. And yes, that speech is aimed at no one in particular. It's aimed at both of them, no one in particular. That's my last disclaimer. There's something very interesting about the people that we choose to date. Mainly because every person you choose to date, every person you choose to be friends with, that individual relationship brings out something different in you. And you bring out a different side in that person as well, no doubt. It had me thinking, what does Jimmy Jr. bring out in Tina? And what does Zeke bring out in Tina that makes both dynamics equally special? We will begin with the case for Jimmy Jr. Everyone thinks that Jimmy Jr. is her first crush, first love, whatever you want to call it. I am going to step that up and say Jimmy Jr. is her muse. And she is also his muse. Now, stay with me on this because I am about to really, really deep dive.
I wanna draw a face on your butt and then kiss it. I wanna draw a star on your butt and then wish it. I wanna build a house on your butt and then visit. Put a big E on your butt. It's explicit.
A light goes on inside when I behold your backside. I want to draw a face on your butt and then kiss it. I want to draw a star on your butt and then wish it. I want to put a house on your butt and then visit. Put a big E on your butt. It's explicit. That is a museum, if anything. These lyrics are not just emotionally rich and emotionally charged. They are a window into the very soul of the girl we love. She is not ashamed of putting herself out there. He gives her the confidence to put herself out there. Before she went on stage, she looked him right in the eyes and said, Jimmy Jr., I hope you like it. That takes guts, that takes charisma. These lyrics express passion and artistry. And just what the hell? But also, you go for it. Yeah, that's brilliant. And you know what? Not just being a muse, I think all of us, I hope at some point in our lives, get to experience a person that brings something like that out in us, that makes us word vomit. Such passion and such artistry and such, I don't know how to express my feelings, so just take all of it. This is, yeah. And you know what? He does accept it. He does accept her. He was sitting there dancing his little whatever off. He was going crazy about it. And it wasn't like a narcissistic way, like, oh, this girl's obsessed with me. No, it really was like, oh, yeah, that's great. I get it. Because he likes Tina. Everyone knows he likes Tina.
So Tina's single again?
Why do you want to know?
I don't care.
Jimmy Jr. likes Tina!
So is
And Tina likes him, and they do have, like, it's not a one-sided relationship. It is two people connecting. It's like two kindred spirits. But they don't know they're kindred spirits. Or maybe kindred spirits is a bit too intense. But when they get into their flow state, yeah, I would say so. And, well, Jimmy Jr. is careless and selfish and neglects her feelings and neglects her as a person. He does make his efforts where he can. I remember, okay, so there was the episode where Tina injured herself. She's at home. She's on this, like, AV monitor. And then her and Jimmy Jr. for the first time are able to have conversations together. And in that, he went up to her and said, I have a secret that I haven't even told Zeke. And she said, oh my god, a secret and a secret. I love that.
Into the AV closet. I want to show you something. It's something I haven't shown anyone, not even Zeke.
A secret and a secret? Wow.
So you know how big a deal it is. And in it, it's the first time he expressed that's what a museum is.
And I got this idea to put poems and music together.
Like songs?
No, museums.
Oh, right.
He expressed his museums to her, which for him, for the first time, actually, if you listen to the museums, obviously, they are amazing.
What if God's name was Todd?
But also, it's the first time he actually expresses stuff about, like, his mom. We never hear about his mom. And we hear about his mom and how he's also dealing with the relationship with, like, his mother's in a relationship. So you hear a bit more about how his parents are divorced and things.
And then there's my mom's new friend Alan. He's okay. So I'm still working on that one. Breakfast!
And it's such a small snippet, like blink and you miss it. I should have blinked when I did that, but blink and you miss it. But he does do that. And he also makes the effort. Tina is a heavy romantic, and we know Tina is a heavy romantic. He has in the past made the effort to be romantic for her on many occasions. Because he does try. I think, okay, from the top of my head, I'm thinking that time where Tina was like, she fell for this goose, and then, you know, he climbed, like, the side of the building, like, in the gymnasium or whatever, to capture the goose or something. He did that for her. He showed up as half a horse or a full horse, I can't even remember. But he did that for her, and there was, like, a whole thing where Tina went off with another guy. And my favorite moment really is when Tina, I really do love this one, is when Tina had massive diarrhea and it was Valentine's Day and he had planned this thing that he was going to kiss her while he was jumping on a trampoline. And Zeke was there to witness this, so Zeke was happy for him when it happened. I will do a close-up on Zeke's face. But, yeah, when they had, like, so basically, Tina was very vulnerable and open about the fact that she had diarrhea, and he said, nah, it's fine, whatever, let's just kiss, and they ended up kissing anyways. And it's very sweet, and I put some pictures of it up, so we can all remember it. And, yeah, so, I mean, that's kind of like, obviously, Tina is our poet. Tina is our dream. Tina is us. If you are that type of girl, or even if you're not, Tina is very special to us. And we want the best for her. So, we always knew our girl could bring out the best in everyone. Jimmy Jr. obviously is the best representation of that she's been able to bring out the best in someone. And that's why I have to remind myself to allow for grace that, you know, that of course he's neglectful in things and he hasn't figured a lot of stuff out. Because I always get annoyed when it's like one person's responsibility to bring out the best in the relationship and make everything special and light and, you know, like, oh, yeah, I bring this to the table and then I make you bring whatever else out. Again, have to allow for grace. It's... But you know what, also, yeah, you know what, maybe that's a part of it. The fact that even when they're so similar, they also help each other grow, you know? Because, like I've said before, I think she's a powerhouse, and a powerhouse needs someone who is not intimidated by her, needs someone who understands her, or at least doesn't get in her way. And also at no point does he actually, like, clip her wings, so to speak, you know? He gets her, he gets the family she comes from. He's never putting her down for however she puts herself forward. In fact, he goes along with so many of her ideas just because he does. And I think, and you know it because you've seen him many times say he's so attracted to that powerful side of her that comes out.
You know what, Tina? Strong girls are hot.
Put it on a t-shirt, Jimmy Jr. I don't want to hear it.
So it's not like, yeah, he can be silly a lot of the times, but I think there is a possibility that Tina could completely end up with Jimmy Jr. and they could work because he would just continue to get better and better, and then he'd grow up and evolve and he would just get it, and that she would be able to evolve from a creative side and from a being able to express herself, be it romantically, be it annoyed, because she's been annoyed at him many times too, and he's taken it.
What?
I was saying hi because I just walked in, so what do you mean what?
Oh my god, I never noticed how annoying you are. I can't even understand what you're saying.
Oh, I have a speech impediment, Tina.
Well, fix it.
And that's because, like, they have that elasticity in that relationship that, you know, he's not just going to go off and be like, why do you yell at me? Why do you do this? Like, you know, and that builds for a very good foundation. But I'm sure that if I've managed to retain the Zeke lovers this far into my video, it's time to break down Tina and Zeke as well. If you're new to the theory of Zeke and Tina, and I up until actually, weirdly enough, just this year is where I actually went down the rabbit hole, deep dive, and figured out, oh, there's a whole subsection for people who think Zeke and Tina should be together, and it's a very convincing it's a very convincing I want to say it's a very convincing rabbit hole, and I don't know, sometimes because I don't script these things, sometimes I start speaking and I convince myself of things. I will say I was like a little biased before, or I thought I was biased. I was trying not to be, but I'm like, oh, you know, I really do think Tina and Zeke could be together. This video was almost called Tina and Zeke, really. But I've been convinced by everything I just said. When I was just speaking about Tina and Jimmy Jr., I'm also convincing myself as to why that makes sense. So somehow I have managed to really turn around. So I'm actually open-minded to both sides. You know the funniest thing about the case for Zeke? No one is going to convince you that Zeke is the best person for Tina to be with than Jimmy Jr. himself.
He took something beautiful and tore it to pieces. I don't even want to hang out with him anymore.
No, Zeke, no!
I'm sorry, Jeju. She wrecked you. Oh, God.
Because the best friendship in this show, I think, belongs to Jimmy Jr. and Zeke, honestly. And I think it deserves its own video and its own appreciation, and I will do that in the future because I just want to talk about it. I do want to talk about how great their friendship is. And ultimately, if Tina ended up with Zeke, then Jimmy Jr. would be happy for her. And if Jimmy Jr. and Tina ended up together, Zeke would be happy for them. Zeke is a very sweet, special soul, a very sweet, special someone who, you get the inclination, has been through quite a bit in his life, yet He is constantly trying to improve. He's constantly trying to be the best version of himself. He's constantly trying to really just be there really be like a strong core in a group of people, in his relationships. He is a pillar.
Zeke, you don't have to do this. You need that field trip, Jimmy Jr.
Zeke, you did it?
Yeah, typical me. So everyone gets to go to the water park, I guess. You get to go, JG. You get to go.
The way Zeke would fit into the Belcher family, Jimmy Jr. cannot compete with that. We have seen this when Zeke and Bob was teaching at the school, and he figured out that, Zeke had this hidden talent for cooking.
Zeke, you may have a perfect palate. Do you know how rare that is?
Get out of my mouth, Mr. B. Stop it.
And it was, obviously it got to Tina so much, but you saw this like raw moment between them where it was just so special and amazing, and honestly went up there in one of my favorite episodes just for that reason, just for that relationship.
Zeke, you can't run away from your gift. No! I can teach you. Zeke, don't shut me out. You've gotta give it a chance, Zeke.
Hell! All right, I'll try it. Just don't start something you can't finish, Mr. B.
I won't let you down, Zeke.
And I wish that relationship gets explored more in the future. But you've also seen Zeke and Jean get along really, really well.
I got a genie in a bottle. Hey, if I rub you, will you give me a wish? Ow! Hey, I heard you can see boobies from all around the world in this museum, if you know where to look. We're going on a booby bender. Boobity boobity.
When they went on this adventure, all of them, to go find the two-butter goat, to the point where Jimmy Jr. got jealous of that relationship, which actually goes to show the kind of person that Zeke is. Zeke is just himself, and he marches to the beat of his own drum. He is exactly who he is. He's not trying to pretend to be anything else. And yeah, sometimes that does cause a lot of envy on the side. But, you stay strong and you stay true. And I feel like that is very much the Belcher way. So if they were endgame, then Zeke is the best person to enter into that family. I will die on this hill. And we know that Tina is family oriented. We know family is super important to her. We know that's, again, the core of Bob's Burgers. So that would be I think that would really be a big factor on who she would want in her life, or someone who can actually meld and come in. Compared to, Jimmy Jr.'s dad, Jimmy Pesto, who actually makes active efforts to keep Jimmy away from her, just to, harasses her dad, all of that, just because, they can't tell the difference between, keep the kids out of the adult things. So, I think as she grows older, that's going to become more and more important to her. And I think if you see the way she used to speak to Zeke in the early seasons compared to how she speaks to Zeke towards the end, towards the latest seasons, you see that softness has come over her as well. And that probably has come from the way that she's seen him act towards her family and friends, and just she's allowed him to be himself, and she actually really does enjoy that. This morning, I watched season 16, episode 6, I believe. I don't remember what it's called, but it was basically the episode where Tina asked Jimmy Jr. to the 8th grade dance, and Jimmy Jr. says, I won't go because Zeke doesn't have a date. And then she comes up with this whole plan to essentially get Zeke a date, with this girl called Penelope, who turns out to be the wrong person for Zeke. They go on this double date, and Tina has a lot of epiphanies about Zeke. One of the main epiphanies she has about Zeke is she doesn't want Zeke to be with the wrong person. So in the end, I don't want to... Okay, spoiler. So watch it. Watch that episode. Spoiler. Sorry. Skip 10 seconds. They end up asking Zeke to the dance instead. I hope that was 10 seconds. But it's a really good episode. But she has this epiphany where she basically goes, oh, the way you describe Zeke, you're basically describing me. Zeke is this hopeless romantic who sees the best in people and really wants to believe there's love and romance and everything good out there, even when you're rejected, even when you're dejected. And I think that means when she looks at Zeke, Tina can see more of herself in Zeke than she can see in Jimmy Jr. While Jimmy Jr. may represent a challenge and may represent someone who challenges her to grow as a person, Zeke could equal more security and more comfort and more understanding. The more she can completely be herself and he's gonna get it, which is why her solution immediately made sense, because she acted exactly like what would I want in this situation and how would it work, and that's why it worked, because they're two in the same. And what do we call that? A kindred spirit.
Damn, Tina. Now I got a story to tell on our wedding day. You think that's not gonna happen, but I'll get you, girl. I'm gonna get you.
Don't say anything, just go.
Zeke, come back!
I am aware this video is getting obscenely long. I'm the one who has to edit it, so I really need to start wrapping it up. And if we need to talk about this again, we'll just open up this book again, because I've got so much to say. Why? I don't know. But I do. And I have. I think that's also why we see so much chemistry between them. You know, as she was super annoyed with Zeke when she first met him, because she thought Zeke was coming in between her and Jimmy Jr. And that's evolved into she's shared kisses with Zeke. You know, she's shared many moments with Zeke. She's had separate episodes with Zeke as well. You know, she's had many opportunities to see who he is as a person and gauge how she feels. And she does know there's something there. And Zeke also does like her, which is why he's made many comments in the past saying like, oh, this is what we're going to tell our kids on our wedding day. I'm going to get you. We're going to end up together. And when she asks him direct questions, or when she asks Jimmy Jr. and him direct questions, he actually knows the right thing to say, because he knows exactly how she would want to, how he believes she deserves to be treated, you know? And he actually said it to Jimmy Jr., like, to his face, that, you know, he said it to her, Jimmy Jr. takes you for granted. I would actually treat you right. And I'll put that clip in. So you know what, like, when push came to shove, he did stand up for it.
I like you a lot. I'm up to my butt in it, T-Bird. Come on.
Huh.
Hell, Jeju takes you for granted.
Zeke!
Sorry, Jeju. It's the truth. Tacos. Then to the touch tank, to the aquarium, check out the octopuses, get tacos again, maybe wash it down with some something to drink.
So it's nice to see that, you know, he likes her as well. Jimmy Jr. likes her. They both like her. She's very likable. I hope I have presented a fair case. I hope, you know, what I realize is we're very deprived of deep dive content online sometimes, especially, you know, when you watch the episodes. The reason I talk about this the way that I talk about it is because in my real life, I've got no one to talk to about this stuff. And if you ever have that sort of feeling yourself, where you don't have someone in your life that you can talk to about something as niche as this, that's why we talk about this over here. That's why I made this whole video. So no matter which region you sway, if you're Team Jimmy Jr., if you're Team Zeke, I just wanted to put forward my argument for both cases. Let me know what you think. Do you think Tina is going to continue to chase Jimmy Jr. and be with Jimmy Jr. and that's just the one guy that's going to be her forever guy? Or do you think she is going to pivot over to Zeke? Or do you think she's going to pivot over to many, many other guys that we've been introduced to in the show? Because she is boy crazy.
What if God's name was Todd?